Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 407 based on novel. So let's start. Boom. In the Senluo Hell on the first floor of the ancient prison, the battle between the Blood King Mo and Liu Hao was inextricable. On the other side, in the Holy Land. What's going on? After a while, Zuna, Jiu Yuan, and the peerless Heavenly Emperor woke up one after another. They felt the deafening sound from the outside world and couldn't help but cast their eyes towards Xiao Yang. It seems that the division of labor among the four was the first to wake up Xiao Yang. Today's Xiao Yang has successfully integrated the 5 holy flames. It is still called the Amber Rock Soul Fire, but his strength has not broken through the late stage of 7-star fighting immortals. It's just that he has risen to the peak of the late stage of the 7-star Yan, and he is still one step away from consummation, but the aura on Xiao Yang's body is not the same as before. It's Liu Hao's breath. Looking in this direction, it should be in the first floor of the ancient prison, Senluo Hell. Could it be that this guy directly challenged the king of the evil race from outside the territory? Xiao Yang nodded slightly. The blood of the snake and scorpion has been completely destroyed in my hands. According to the information I have obtained, the ancient clan is now ruled by 2 powerful men from outside the king-level domain, who rule the ancient prison and the ancient clan's core respectively. The king who rules the ancient prison is called the Blood King Mo, the 8-star fighting immortal is complete, and he controls the evil equipment. Conspiracy against the entire Doyun continent. As for the core of the ancient clan, Snake Shuai knows very little information, only knowing that the 2 kings seem to be deadly enemies, and they are hostile to each other. The last trace of aura was purified and disappeared, and he said immediately, with a rare heaviness in his voice. Apart from the 3 giants in the ancient prison, are there other 8-star fighting immortal-level powerhouses? The peerless Heavenly Emperor seemed to remember something and couldn't help but ask. There are a few more, but a few of us can handle it. Xiao Yang said with a smile. Since that's the case, let's set off for the ancient prison. Only by liberating the ancient prison can we have a bit of strength to go to the core of the ancient clan to find out. By the way, although Liu Hao is narrow-minded and autistic by nature, as a child of light, he must help him when necessary. Peerless Heavenly Emperor worried that Zuna would be somewhat resistant to this guy, and hurriedly said, "Let's see the situation." Zuna raised her eyebrows and immediately took Xiao Yang's arm, preparing to head towards the ancient prison. "Hey, I hope nothing will happen this time." As soon as the voice fell, the 4 of them quietly walked towards the ancient prison. On the other hand, the core of the ancient clan was extremely quiet, and there was no movement at all. Crash. At the same time, in the entire ancient prison Senluo Hell, there are thousands of feet of scarlet bloodlight, like lightning shackles, which are extra evil spirits that pave the way for the entire hell. Above the sky, Liu Hao's body trembled slightly, and even on the wings that were engraved with angel soul shadows, traces of embarrassment appeared. Obviously, in the previous fight, he had always been at a disadvantage. The evil power of his has a Tianke-like suppression, and I am afraid that his end will be even more miserable. After all, it is still too reluctant. Although Liu Hao is a child of light, his own strength is too weak. He is only at the level of 7-star fighting immortals. After using angel wings, his strength is only comparable to that of ordinary 8 stars. The throne of the king is naturally quite difficult, but he will naturally not care about these things because he is eager to make contributions. The Holy Cease dignified Son of Light is nothing more than that. An arrogant and uninhibited cold snort, like a thunderous sound, was transmitted throughout the hell. Sacrifice tools. Yin Corpse blood chain. Seeing that the light of the angel's wings on Liu Hao's body dimmed slightly, the Blood King Mo did not give him any chance to breathe. Chain, file out. The 25th evil tool among the foreign evil races, the corpse bloodlock. It is said that this thing is an evil thing that is enough to bind the 8-star fighting immortal powerhouse. The extraction is clean. Looking at the tyrannical posture of the Blood King Mo, when his eyes fixed on the scarlet chain, Liu Hao's pressure increased greatly, and an extremely dignified depression made his breathing slow down. Child of light divine mark, angel soul shadow, come. Seeing such a terrifying blow, Liu Hao's body suddenly shook, and immediately between his eyebrows, a sacred and inviolable light pattern, like a dancing elf of light, dance. That is the source of the power of the Son of Light, and it is also one of its greatest credentials. With its power, it is enough to truly destroy and kill the evil race outside the territory. Where there is light, there will be darkness. Light and darkness are in the hearts of the people. Who can tell who is right and who is wrong? Hand over the divine rune of the Son of Light to this king, let's fall here completely. A frantic laughter emerged, and then the blood-wrapped palm of the Blood King most slowly rose up, and slapped Liu Hao abruptly. At that time, the void burst, and countless milky white rays of light wrapped around the angel's wings, and Liu Hao's forehead was transformed into a rather small angel's soul shadow, dancing gracefully in front of his chest. Angel's soul shadow looks like a young woman, and her graceful figure is covered with countless light patterns. Every time she dances, the evil aura in the entire Senluo will disappear a lot, and the power contained in it can be punished by the world. That is the soul shadow of the highest blood angel from the kingdom of angels, and it is the soul shadow of the supremely bright aura. The Blood King Mo had just finished the action, and the evil bloodlocks on the blood shadows all over his body shook rapidly, and the voices of countless scarlet and wailing resentful spirits spread out, and immediately turned into a huge bloodlock cage. Hao is completely restrained and suppressed here. Once his skin is eroded by this evil tool, Liu Hao may not escape bad luck. The touch of the angel's soul shadow and the evil bloodlock caused an uproar in this Senluo hell. Countless earth and rocks rose from the ground, and layers of rare blood-colored storms emerged from the center of the battle. Spread out. Light and blood energy instantly stalemate, and countless huge suction forces made them unable to move for a while. Sure enough, he's a ruthless character, but I won't let you grow like this. Since you dare to break into my evil prison alone, then you must have the consciousness of death. Evil explosion. An evil sound rang out, and the void in the center of the battle suddenly trembled, and the blood-colored evil locks that were constantly fighting in the blood-colored storm suddenly shrank, and in the blink of an eye, they exploded like a heart. Boom boom boom. The icy suffocating suffocated in the air like a tide, and the angel's soul shadow, which was originally deadlocked with the blood-colored evil lock, shook suddenly, with a trace of conspicuous cracks constantly appearing in the air. Surfaced on it. With a sound, Liu Hao felt a tightness in his chest, and a mouthful of blood spurted out. Bastard. Looking at the evil spirit rapidly spreading in the blood-colored storm, Angel's soul shadow did not support it for a long time, but was completely submerged by it. At this moment, in Liu Hao's heart, Fang Meng had a hint of fear. Even another soul in the body is also slowly touched, and there are signs of emerging. That is the Archangel of the Kingdom of Angels, the slaughtering soul of Lucifer who controls the killing, and it is the last trump card bestowed upon him by the identity of the Son of Light. Once the slaughter is done, all things are annihilated. No. No. In the sky, above Liu Hao's body, the original manly skin was slowly being controlled by another soul in the body, and an extremely cold killing intent slowly replaced its bright aura, and at the same time behind Liu Hao, the angel's wings trembled and trembled, but Liu Hao gritted his teeth and said, as if he was resisting something, which was quite strange. When he killed Feng Shejuan just now, he had already used his soul to kill the soul once because of his carelessness. If he were to use it at this time, the backlash Liu Hao would face would be extremely terrifying. After all, the soul power of slaughter is infinite, but the backlash that needs to be endured for this is also unimaginable for ordinary people. Looking at Liu Hao's posture, the Blood King Mo moved, and in an instant he came to him, a sea of blood rolled all over his body, and a touch of sarcasm emerged. The tyrannical Son of Light in the world of the Thousand Worlds is also only obedient in front of him. This honor and pride makes the Blood King Mo quite calm. This time, I won. Capturing the Son of Light, I will be the #1 hero of the evil race from outside the territory in the future. The crazy laughter stimulated Liu Hao's eardrums, and then the two souls slowly stalemate, with no result for a while. Strange, what is Liu Hao trying to have in his body? Below, Xiao Yang and the others were already lurking here, but Xiao Yang wondered when he saw this scene. The thing contained in Liu Hao's body even made Xiao Yang's Devil's Cube quite afraid. That kind of power is by no means an ordinary person. Go ahead, girl. Even if this Son of Light is ignorant and incompetent, his identity as a Son of Light must not fall into the hands of evil races outside the realm, otherwise our great world will have a real disaster. Peerless Heavenly Emperor was ready to go, watching Zuna said softly. At this moment, he couldn't care about Zuna's hatred for the Son of Light, so he could only speak helplessly. Let's do it. This guy can't die in your ancient clan, otherwise, where is the Holy See? It's hard to explain. After a while, when Liu Hao was in extreme pain and seemed helpless and could only be captured, Xiao Yang also said. With Xiao Yang's approval, Zuna's beautiful eyes slowly became solemn, and the strength of the middle stage of the 8-star fighting immortals was undoubtedly displayed, and there was an earth-shaking change from the appearance of the little daughter just now. Senior, the other evil things in the ancient prison will be entrusted to you. This is the space scroll given to me by a senior in the ancient clan, which can briefly avoid the pursuit. Buy 10 minutes for Zuna and me, and we will kill the Blood King Mo in person. Xiao Yang said in a deep voice. Jiu Yuan and I will stop all the other powerhouses in the ancient prison. Don't worry, but this Blood King Mo's strength is too tyrannical, I'm worried. The peerless Heavenly Emperor commanded the space scroll with a worried expression. Don't worry, we have the Holy Flame, and now we can only cover the water and earth with soldiers. That's it. Do it. Xiao Yang smiled slowly, then took Zuna's slender hand and approached the Blood King Mo. I have to say that this girl Zuna is still watery and delicate, and it seems that it was caused by swallowing the flames of the 9 profound Chongming. You dirty creatures. Watching the Blood King Mo walk towards him step by step, the angel wings behind him kept shaking, and he seemed to feel extremely terrifying pressure, and Liu Hao temporarily suppressed the slaughter soul going down, the corners of his mouth became sarcastic. If things go on like this, his dignified Son of Light will completely fall into the hands of an extraterritorial evil king-rank powerhouse. If this kind of thing spreads out, it will probably make countless powerhouses laugh. The Son of Light this year is actually such a short-sighted waste. It seems that this time, even God will not help you. I've changed my mind. Instead of arresting you, it's better to make this place your grave, isn't it beautiful? During the speech, the blood sea of King Mo rolled around, and suddenly condensed into a blood-colored evil sword. Above the evil sword the evil light was prosperous, and countless evil patterns showed appalling power, raised high above the head, and chopped directly at Liu Hao. The momentum was so great that it fell vertically like a sky curtain, making Liu Hao unable to avoid it, so he could only accept this devastating blow in a daze. You forced me. Seeing this scene, Liu Hao finally made up his mind and roared coldly. Immediately, a soul slowly occupied Liu Hao's body, and a powerful breath like a sleeping dragon woke up. Bang bang bang! Before Liu Hao's other soul was occupied, 2 figures wrapped in flames stepped directly through the void and immediately appeared beside Liu Hao. The attack one after another turned out to be in the hands of the Blood King Mo. The evil blood sword became fragmented. Xiao Yang. Jiu Zuna. Looking at the sudden appearance of the two, Liu Hao's face was full of astonishment, and the soul of slaughter was held back in his body by him. If you don't want to die, just get away. On Zuna's body, a golden crow lingered with golden flames. Xiao Yang, who was attacking the Blood King Mo, just said something to Liu Hao with an aftertaste. Why can't I compare to him? At this moment, Liu Hao immediately became angry, an indescribable anger emerged, and he asked Jiu Zuna directly. The figure in front of her is a top-quality product carefully carved by God. Whether it is beauty or temperament, she is the best choice. She is like the most perfect piece of jade, flawless and without any flaws. Only a guy as good as himself can be worthy of her. Xiao Yang, an unknown person, how could he sully such a high-ranking princess? It was a blasphemy against God's gift. Liu Hao would not tolerate Xiao Yang's life to continue to survive. If you let me hear any refutation about me in the future, I will kill you. He doesn't like it. Any enemy who blocks his way is my enemy. After a casual voice, Zuna's figure walked directly towards Xiao Yang. This time, the couple reunited after a long absence, and for the first time joined forces to deal with a foreign evil clan. For Zuna, a strong Wang rank, this is a long-lost happiness. Xiao Yang, Xiao Yang, Xiao Yang. Looking at the two figures standing in front of the Blood King Mo, the angel wings slowly retracted behind Liu Hao. He was already seriously injured in his body, but he couldn't care about this. His chest was full of lungs. About to explode. He is a dignified son of the Holy Court, bears a divine rune, has a lofty status, and is tyrannical. How could he even be incomparable to an unknown Xiao Yang? For a time, a wave of jealousy magnified infinitely in his heart, and even because of Jiu Zuna's words just now, his last reason was indifferent. Jiu Zuna. I'll make you regret it. Sooner or later, I will make you kneel at my feet and beg me for mercy, just wait. As soon as he finished speaking, Liu Hao disappeared. After Xiao Yang and others resolved the ancient prison disaster, they quietly left here. However, the seeds of jealousy and hatred in his heart buried the fuse for the future battle of life and death. Brother Xiao Yang, this guy is very strong. In the sky, in the of Senluo, the sea of blood was surging. There was only the demon baby who was about to be born, the Blood King Mo and Xiao Yang. The two joined forces to temporarily shake the Blood King Mo back. Immediately, Zuna's beautiful eyes were filled with solemnity. It's very strong, but now I can only rely on us. Xiao Yang's eyes flickered slightly. Just now, with the blessing of the fighting spirit, the dragon transformation, and the ancient ruler as a means of defense and attack, All these things could not stop the Blood King Mo. A simple blow, but this guy has a very strange sense of weakness. The powerhouse of the evil clan from the Wang rank domain with the perfection level of the 8-star fighting immortal is so terrifying. Little beast, it's bad for me. Seeing Xiao Yan and his wife appearing, but the child of light disappeared, the Blood King Mo was furious for a while, but the extremely sacred fire of holy flame on both of them made him unable to don't get serious. The self-destruction of the evil tool caused a lot of damage to him, and now facing the two masters of the holy flame, even he couldn't help but feel heartbroken. Brother Xiao Yang, I will attack, you will help me. After a while, Zuna was surrounded by golden light, and a terrifying temperature actually made Blood King Mo feel the slightest fear. This. Xiao Yang couldn't help rolling his eyes when he heard the words, the head of his dignified family would actually hide behind his wife. That's not what I meant, this guy is too strong, my strength can resist him very well, and I'm worried about Xiao Yang's brother. Seeing Xiao Yang sinking into thought, Zuna hurriedly explained with a blushing face, for fear of Xiao Yang will misunderstand his meaning. Obviously, even Zuna, who usually treats everything indifferently, has lost his sense in front of Xiao Yang. After all, this is the person he loves. Okay. Xiao Yang smiled lightly, and immediately the amber rock soul fire and soul power in his body constantly interacted, making a feint for Zuna. The two holy flame controllers, since you are bad for me, then I will send you to hell. Let you be a pair of desperate mandarin ducks in hell. The Blood King Mo Tong was full of blood, and said with a supreme attitude of contempt for all living beings. The tone is not small, then let's see if you have the ability. The fire of the golden crow. Zuna snorted coldly, the icy killing intent and the sacred golden flame all around him intersected, like a lark swinging freely in Senluo hell, every wriggling would bring endless sacred fire, cleansed of endless evil. The Blood King Mo, who was as tyrannical as the 8-star fighting fairy, was also injured because of this, causing him to be pinned down by Zuna. In the endless Senluo hell, a gloomy aura rose into the sky, two sharp figures kept attacking, and one after another terrifying energy ripples spread everywhere, but Xiao Yang sat quietly on top of the void, a wave of terrifying fluctuations is flowing out of its body. The entire Senluo area is vast, and with the evil castle in the center and the battle between the two powerhouses in the sky, the depressing atmosphere has a very different impact. The blood of the ancients. Ancient ethnic pattern. Holy flame. A soft voice sounded, and Zuna's body was immediately covered with layers of golden holy clothes that protected every inch of her skin, as invincible as an ancient goddess of war. Damn it. After fighting for a moment, the Blood King Mo also noticed a little bit of something wrong, and immediately had the intention of retreating. This Jiu Zuna is really a freak. With the blood of the ancient clan, the increase of clan marks and holy flames, it is indistinguishable from the injured self. After weighing, for the smooth arrival of the devil baby, the Blood King Mo is also indistinguishable. Only shook his head secretly. Let you all feel the song from hell. Shadows of all beings. Looking at the appearance of Xiao Yang and Zuna in the arena, an evil and charming black token slowly trembled in the hands of the Blood King Mo. Crack. With a sound, countless evil chi squirmed like a dark evil pattern, and flew out everywhere, and a door of space emerged. Kill them for me. A roar rushed towards the gate of space, and the Blood King Mo couldn't help laughing. In this ancient prison, in this space, everything is in the palm of his hand, even if these two are unable to fly today. In the gate of space, there was no creature, and no movement sounded. How is that possible? In an instant, the Gorfian's body shook suddenly, almost falling from the sky. Since he was promoted to the king rank and obtained the evil gear has been bound to his origin. Once the evil gear is damaged, he will be severely injured. The self-destructing evil gear was designed to obliterate the Son of Light, but the Son of Light was rescued by two holy flame controllers. These two guys had too much holy flame aura, and they were already seriously injured. The ship capsized in the gutter, and the gate of space was a one-way passage to the evil powerhouses of the ancient prison, enough to summon all their subordinates. But now this scene has far exceeded his expectations. It seems that Xiao Yang and the two came well prepared. Blood King Mo, your sins are extremely heinous, and you can do it on the spot today. Just when Blood King Mo was shocked, a ripple of energy, like an invisible giant net of amber, slowly entangled the entire Senluo hell. That is the power of the formation, and even in order to prevent the Blood King Mo from running away, Xiao Yang injected many powers such as Holy Flame and Soul Power. What kind of power is this? There is Holy Flame, Soul Power, and even a touch of unknown power that is extremely rare. Zuna gently came to Xiao Yang's side, her breath fluctuated one after another, and she looked at the amber-colored giant net around her and muttered slowly. Zana, join hands with me, use the source of holy flame, and suppress him together. After a while, Xiao Yang elegantly stretched out his palm towards Qianying beside him, and said hurriedly, "Do you think you can seal and suppress me with this little power? It's ridiculous." Seeing that the amber-colored giant net was filled with 3 strange powers, the Blood King Mo froze in the sky and sneered. Indeed. If it is the peak period of the dignified and powerful kings of the evil clan from outside the realm, the 2 of us now have only a share of fall. But if it is a seriously injured king rank, relying on 6 holy flames, I don't know if. Xiao Yang and Zana clenched their palms tightly, and immediately said in unison, 6 sacred flames. Listening to Xiao Yang's words, the Blood King Mo's expression finally became solemn. The 35th of the Holy Flame list, Huaxin Tianyang. The 24th on the Holy Flame list, Ghostface Ghost Flame. The 18th on the Holy Flame list, the Immortal Holy Flame. Number 17 on the Holy Flame list, Immortal Fire. Number 15 on the Holy Flame list, Acacia Heartbroken. With a cold snort, the holy flames of each of the 5 colors were directly separated from Xiao Yang's 5-color newborn amber rock soul fire. Each entrenched in the sky shows the supreme splendid holy power. 5 holy flames coexisting as one. Looking at the things entrenched on Xiao Yang's body, the Blood King Mo's pupils suddenly shrank, the source of evil energy in his body beating wildly, and a breath of death and destruction slowly lingered out. To suppress and seal the evil clan outside the realm, the only way to use the most primitive power of the holy flame to integrate the holy flame is inferior at this time. Fortunately, Xiao Yang can easily decompose it. And the 8th on the holy flame ranking, the 9 mysteries Chongming Mingyan. Seeing Xiao Yang's terrifying figure, Zana smiled lightly, a golden flame turned into a golden crow, and went towards Xiao Yang. The King of 6 Flames, the ordeal of the ancient prison will end here. Xiao Yang's figure skyrocketed, and endless holy light emanated from the 6 holy flames. The divine aura is constantly released. Compared to Xiao Yang holding the ancient ruler, the dazzling holy pattern makes the Blood King Mo unable to move, and the 90,000 array patterns formed by the soul power, the holy flame power and the spiritual power will all retreat from the Blood King Inc., completely block. At this moment, the corners of Blood King Mo's eyes were extremely heavy, and it was a fool's dream to use his severely injured body to resist the power of the 6 holy flames. Obviously this time, the Blood King Mo is probably doomed. Impossible. Impossible. A trace of tremor emerged from the body of the Blood King Mo, and even deep within his body, a wave of fear spread uncontrollably. The power of the 6 holy flames far exceeded his expectations. Even he could not resist this extreme power. Let's stay here forever. Xiao Yang is condescending, his whole body is splendid and glorious, with the blessings of Fenju and Jijiu Kai, the power of flame purification is incomparably powerful, and the aura of the whole person is extremely sacred. Blood Sea Magic Whip. Break this seat. This seat is absolutely impossible to fall into the hands of et al. Seeing Xiao Yang's body slowly entwining the 6 holy flames, igniting the dim holy pattern on the ancient ruler, the Blood King Mo's eye did not dare to hesitate. All the power in the body burst out from the sky like rolling thunder, killing Xiao Yang. Although the 6 holy flames are strong, as long as Xiao Yang is killed, everything will be solved. No need. Seeing the golden flames around Zana's body, the golden crows crawled quietly. Once the Blood King Mo attacked, Zana would resist without hesitation, but Xiao Yang smiled softly. Eternal Ruler, the King of 6 Flames. A wild and unrestrained voice sounded like a god's mansion punishing the evil people in the world. The Sanskrit sound was high-pitched and extremely sacred. In an instant, 6 holy flames directly wrapped the ancient ruler, protecting the ancient ruler like petals, and the unprecedented holy patterns on the ancient ruler illuminated the entire Senluo hell. Boom! A deafening voice sounded, and immediately in the entire space, countless sinister auras were completely enveloped by Xiao Yang's formation and could not escape. At this moment, in this eerie Senluo hell, it has transformed into a real lava purgatory. The ancient ruler gently waved towards the Blood King Mo, and a swipe of the holy fire of purifying that was destroying the dead and the rotten, swept out. 6-color gorgeous flame, the center of the flame is wrapped with a milky white holy pattern ruler, and its aura is unmatched. No. Seeing that his power was completely penetrated by Xiao Yang in an instant, the Blood King Mo finally realized that the 6 holy flames and the dull holy pattern on the ancient ruler finally made his memory tremble. It was the supreme weapon of the Holy King during the First World War. Crash. With a sound, the Blood King Mo's body was completely submerged under the 6 petals of the Holy Ruler, and the entire body quickly disappeared. However, the whole body of the source of evil, surrounded by 6 color petals, was obviously completely suppressed. With the suppression of the Blood King Mo, countless lonely ghosts in the entire Senluo let out horrific roars and screams. They were originally the nourishment of the devil infant, but now they were easily eliminated and purified by Xiao Yang. Right. After doing all this, watching the evil aura in Senluo's quickly subside, Xiao Yang's body was out of control, and he staggered and fell from the sky. This seemingly simple blow drew almost all of Xiao Yang's vindictive energy. Brother Xiao Yang, are you alright? Xuna's eyes were quick, her delicate body moved, and Qing held Xiao Yang in his arms, and asked with concern in a soft voice. No, it's fine. Feeling the warmth and softness so close at hand, Xiao Yang's heavy eyelids finally fell gently. He didn't fall into a coma, he was just rather weak, he just enjoyed this unmissable opportunity. After a while, Xuna also noticed something. The person in his arms was quite restless, his mind was shaking back and forth, and he didn't know if he touched some other things intentionally or unintentionally. The behavior was quite wrong, but Xuna also with just a light snort, the blush on the cheeks became more and more obvious. Crash. As for the other side, the Blood King Mo's origin was sealed, and he was stuck in the sky, unable to move, and the evil aura in the entire Senluo was enveloped by the remaining 6 color petals. Back clean. The entire space was dead silent, with only a trace of evil aura running around and making angry low-pitched roars. In addition, the last trace of Blood King Mo's origin was extremely quiet. Obviously, his power and his consciousness were all destroyed by Xiao Yang completely beheaded, and it would take a very long time to regain the peak of light with such a trace of origin. The trip to the ancient prison should be over. Xuna looked around and said happily. Well, it's over. Xuna, go and help the peerless Heavenly Emperor Seniors first, I'll rest here. Xiao Yang said with a grin. Okay. Xuna agreed, a pure force was sent into Xiao Yang's body, and immediately his body was as light as a lark, and went away to the outside world. The Blood King Mo is dead, so the remaining shrimp, soldiers and crabs are naturally nothing to be afraid of, but now Xiao Yang is quite weak and only himself can come forward. Bang bang. After Xuna left, half of the territory in Senluos was purified, and it was only a matter of time before the remaining evil aura was purified and wiped out. Come here for me. Xiao Yang was not polite, he waved his hand directly, and pocketed the last trace of the Blood King Mo's origin. Anyway, he had a way to investigate the information. Crackling. Just as Xiao Yang waved his palm, a dark shadow as fast as a ghost suddenly appeared, and the evil source suppressed by the 6-color holy flame petals disappeared in front of Xiao Yang out of thin air. What? Get out of here. Seeing this, Xiao Yang frowned, fighting spirit, soul power and holy flame emerged together. Susu, thank you very much. Facing Xiao Yang's roar, a rather hoarse voice echoed in the sky. Magic baby. Xiao Yang heard the words and couldn't help but look up. I saw a figure surrounded by blood-colored energy slowly emerging in midair. His body was like a human child in his teens, but it was strange that apart from his hands, feet, and eyes, he had nothing left. The place below is actually full of rare blood-colored energy. Oh, it turns out to be a half-finished product. After blinking, Xiao Yang also smiled with relief. The power of this guy was floating, and he didn't even reach the level of the 8-star fighting immortal. It's not a semi-finished product. I am the king of the alien race. Humble human beings, feel my... The blood-colored demon infant roared with fury when he heard the words. It's not a good habit to learn to intimidate others at such a small child. Xiao Yang's body appeared beside the demon baby like a ghost. He easily lifted it with one hand, and said with a smile. Let me go. I am the king of the evil clan outside the realm. You are slack towards the future king. Be careful, I will kill you. The demon baby roared with claws and claws, but unfortunately it didn't help. I can't believe that the Blood King Mo has led the army here for so many years, and finally created a half-finished evil baby. Let's drown here together, it is your best belonging. Xiao Yang nodded slightly, and immediately grabbed the ghost in his hand. Throw it at the purification center in the explosion circle. Dong dong dong. The blood-colored demon baby was just thrown into the explosion center of Senluo Hell, and suddenly bursts of harsh voices sounded. It's not enough, give it to me. Seeing this, Xiao Yang saw the 5 holy flame crystals separated from his body, and immediately threw the 5 holy flame origins directly into the center of the explosion. All the evil energy here must be completely purified, and the power of the demon infant and blood king Mo must be completely smashed, otherwise it will be extremely troublesome for them to make a comeback in the future. Crash. The power of many strong men had just been extinguished, and in the endless dark void of the sky, a crystal door of light slowly emerged. The crystal door of light descended here as if it had stepped through the shackles of many spaces. An unprecedented terrifying force suppressed Xiao Yan, and above the door of light, there were faint black fine lines adorning it extremely gloomy. It seems that the door of light is like a Pandora's box containing evil people. It is very charming, and the power contained in it has subverted Xiao Yan's cognition. What is this? Seeing that the crisis around him was resolved, Xiao Yan couldn't help but look at the crystal door of light, but with Xiao Yan's strength he was unable to detect the slightest, and even the backlash made Xiao Yan quite uncomfortable. I can only wonder for a while. Squeak. With a sound, the crystal light door opened automatically, and a scene of after-images like a memory corridor slowly appeared in the sky. This is the meeting of the kings of the evil tribes outside the territory. Seeing this, Xiao Yan's pupils shrank violently, and he carefully looked at the afterimage above the sky, and several huge handwritings appeared. In the afterimage of the sky, it is the afterimage of the meeting of the kings of the evil race outside the territory. It is obviously that the Blood King Mo has participated in the meeting of the kings before, but all the information about the meeting has been sealed in the depths of his memory, and now with him the fall, this memory is naturally released automatically. It was an extremely dim earth. Countless evil lights flickered on the earth, as numerous as stars. All of them exuded a sinister aura, and even had a lot of aura. Xiao Yang looked at it and saw that there was a feeling of numbness in the scalp. Too strong. Among those strengths and numbers, there are many strong men in the samsara, and on this barren and dark land, somewhere an evil abyss stood out. The abyss was like a spiraling vortex. At a glance, countless light spots flickered. The density was even Xiao Yang's. All felt heart palpitations. 128. Xiao Yang counted it carefully, and found that there are 128 stars in total. Combining the information he just sensed, he said solemnly, "Among the extraterritorial evil races, there are 128 strong people above the king rank." Xiao Yang couldn't help but click his tongue in surprise. "Since it's all here, let's start." After the sigh, the 128 light groups surrounded by evil aura became quiet at the same time, and the first few light groups at the bottom of the vortex made a sound at the same time. The voice was indifferent, but it gave Xiao Yang a strong tremor. That kind of oppression was more tyrannical than any previous force. These guys did not show their true faces, but the representatives of the light groups wrapped in their evil aura seemed to be just a trace of evil sources gathered together for a meeting. "My esteemed evil gods, now that our army of evil tribes from outside the territory has assembled, we can attack the Great Thousand World." Some evil groups behind the vortex abyss said with a respectful voice. "Well, it's been a long time since the First World War, and the overall strength of our alien race has almost recovered. It's time." A few unusually bright evil groups at the bottom spoke, with awe-inspiring evil spirits, and the evil spirits surged out into the sky. "This time we are prepared, and we will definitely succeed in capturing countless territories in the Great Thousand World. But now, the entire Great Thousand World is in crisis. The demon emperor of the demon world has been broken, and his strength is advancing by leaps and bounds. Several kings in the 2 demon-suppressing prisons have been completely beheaded by them. Several evil gods at the bottom flickered and whispered, monstrous killing intent and anger is evident." For a while, a trace of anger emerged from the entire space. Apart from that, in the Buddha world, the ghost world, the demon world, and the demon world, human powerhouses are also emerging one after another. After a while, the evil king who was in charge of intelligence continued, "Tell me all the information." The first few evil gods also said, "Now the human world is the most difficult to deal with. A strong man named Lin Dong stepped into samsara, built his own martial arts, and resisted the pace of our army's attack. And the palace of the West Heaven, the emperor of 100 battles in the mouths of mankind, has unrivaled fighting power, and has successively destroyed many troops and kings of our foreign evil tribes. I am afraid that it will not be able to successfully break through from here. The hill of the northern wilderness, the land of 10,000 tombs, the undead lord suppresses the heavens and the earth, forming natural dangers to block our army. The demon emperor of the demon world is also forming a force, eyeing and guarding the cracks in the demon world, so that we can be attacked from the back. The strong people in the center of the human world even sent strong people to strictly guard the cracks in the plains in the respective realms of the 7 worlds. One after another, The information about the giant-like characters in the thousands of worlds was lined up one by one. Come out. I know. However, the nine-eyed evil god has already brought the army of alien demons to the lower realm quietly, trying to obliterate the so-called Lindong. As for other places, keep the troops on hold. The martial realm is the easiest place for us to enter the Great Thousand World, where the guards are the weakest. Once the nine-eyed heretic god succeeds, our army will overwhelm the realm, and the Second World War will break out. Get ready, when the real feast comes, my emperor will definitely not treat you badly. The evil said with a mighty voice. After the vortex below, the kings heard the words. The light group flickered, and the scorching heat could no longer be stopped. In addition, we can start to investigate the detailed information in the Great Thousand Worlds, and rescue the several evil gods who have been suppressed and sealed. At that time, our chances of winning are even greater. The first few evil gods said. By the way, Lord Heretic God, on the Do-Di continent of the human world, it seems that a trace of a descendant of the Xiao clan has been discovered, and there is a lot of information indicating that the destruction of several small and medium races, including the Blood Demon clan, is all related to him. Do you think? Some suspicious voices sounded. Doyun continent. Blood King Mo and Siecharm Scholar are not in the ancient world, let them do it. In addition, send people to inquire more. In the Second World War, we can only win and not lose. The majestic voice was like the sound of nature, shaking the hearts of countless evil groups. That kind of power transcends reincarnation, but has reached the real supreme state. Dakian world, there were countless geniuses who were desperately protecting you last time, but this time, I see how you can resist our monstrous offensive. Wait, sooner or later, we will capture this fertile territory. The voice reverberated for a long time, but that immediate aura was far beyond all things. It was truly above all things in the world. This video will end here.